Dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
All right, post is up and it's on the right account. Look at that.
Masters of None, episode 146, 143. I'm an idiot.
We just went over it to be sure that we
Why
didn't
did I
do that.
say that?
I don't know.
It just came out of my mouth. I said
We just talked about it, and he told me the number. I said, what episode is it? He said, it's episode 143. I said, all right, good, so I don't do what I did last time. He said, nope. We go live, and he goes, episode 146.
I don't know why I said that. That's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a little Rain Man status, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
A
it's
little-
okay.
It's all right. We forgive you.
Yeah.
We forgive you. You know, but what's good, man?
I'm happy to be back.
Chilling. Happy to be back. Twiz, what's up, bro?
Yeah, what's up, man? How you feeling?
Welcome, Twiz the man. You know, Berto. I'm just some kind of side addition to this. They found me outside and just let me come in and talk.
Shh, don't talk about your employment opportunities.
Yeah, hey, listen, you're right.
They're equal here.
Yeah. So real quick, just to get it out of the way, guys. Hopefully you watched our last episode with John Perkins, Perks of Fitness. You're more than welcome to check out the previous episode so you guys can watch that. There's also some shorts that are circulating that have been cut from that episode if you just want some highlights. And also any place that you can find audio podcasts, you can find this podcast. We prefer that if you have the time, you watch the video here on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, comment on the video if you disagree, you agree, whatever it is. But if you can't do that, of course, you can always retreat back to those podcast audio platforms, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, or Google Play Store, I think is it Stitcher, Podbean, all that stuff. And if you cannot find us on your preferred podcast platform, you can DM us on any social media. And the man right here, Berto himself, what you gonna do, man?
I'll throw us on there aggressively.
He's gonna dunk an episode right on there.
Yeah.
All right. Some of our episodes have been removed from Spotify over the years, but it's all good.
I don't know why that is.
It's all good, man. You know, haters gonna hate. You know,
Yeah.
haters gonna hate, man. You know, but it's good to be back, man. I'm glad.
Me too.
I'm glad. I'm excited. It's a big night. A lot of crazy things going on
In the world?
in the world, in the news, all that kind of stuff.
Let me ask you a question.
What you got?
Who is controlling Andrew Tate's Twitter account?
I don't know. I don't know. He's definitely influencing it, because if he's not, then whoever is controlling it has been programming him.
Yeah, they're doing
'Cause
something, right?
It seems like him.
Did you see the tweet he put out like today or last night?
What was it?
Can you do me a favor?
You need.
Can you turn off that light? I think that light is interfering with the audio.
Oh, yeah, I got
No,
it.
not you, Twiz.
Which light?
That light.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go.
You guys have just witnessed the mind of a goddamn genius. Live. Sitting across from me. If I could only gain just a small percentage of his intelligence, like
That's
just
not
by
true.
proxy from being here. I'm not kidding. We had ringing on the headphones last time, or on the mics. It translated for part of the stream. We troubleshooted. We changed cables. I think we even threw out some equipment. We got rid of some shit. We junked a mic. We had a couple things that we did. We're sitting here. We have this LED light strip that we recently added, if you have not noticed, in our incredible setup.
Yeah, I hope you guys
Hope you guys
fucking
noticed.
seen it while it lasted.
And it's controlled by a remote, so we could do some interesting light effects. This was our plan.
Yeah, we were gonna make this thing fucking shoot flames from the
Yeah.
fucking floor.
You kidding me? You were going to think that The Undertaker just came out and shit. It was going to be lit out here.
You look at game show.
Yeah. So we've been using that for the past couple episodes, and the ringing was happening again just now. I was trying to work through it, you know, and this guy says to shut the light off. He thinks it's interfering with the mic. And sure enough, I shut it off, and the ringing has ceased.
Yeah,
God damn.
I'm just happy it's over.
I just can't believe you can hold up that incredible brain of yours with a regular neck. I'm fucking shocked.
No, it wasn't even. It was just like a legit like guess. I was just like, honestly. Oh, another thing is that
You're too humble, my
it
friend.
was working fine like earlier today because I checked it. I was like, oh, ringing's over. I fixed it. Doing whatever, all the wire changes and shit we did. I was like, whatever we did, we fixed it. And then we go live and I fucking hear it in my ear. I'm like, what the fuck? What's different? And what's different is that fucking devil of the LED light.
Dude, I'm like beyond impressed. I'm not kidding. Like, it may sound like I'm being facetious. I am not.
Thank you, man. I
I'm
appreciate it.
100%. I'm like, God damn this dude, man.
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
We're talking about all the
too
crazy
impressed.
things that are going on in the news right
Andrew
now.
Oh,
Tate, who
Andrew
controls
Tate's
his
Twitter account. Did you see what he tweeted last night?
No.
About like he's like I was a Twiz, pull it up because I want to misquote him.
Yeah,
But
and
he
please
was-
follow us on Twitter while we're talking about Twitter. Masters and None podcast on Twitter. You know, check us out. Jump on there because we do have a hell of a good time throughout the day. So
all right. So Andrew Tate, he's tweets out in the
in the tweetosphere.
in the tweetosphere, and he's like, I was awoken by like a cold frost.
I did see
Oh,
it.
well, he just updated something 3 hours ago. He says, I saw my reflection today, and I barely recognized myself. A long beard, a full head of hair, and the stresses of battle show on my face. But then I looked into my eyes and recognized myself completely. They cannot break me.
Yo, I feel like
That's
I'm
a cheat.
reading that. That is pretty cool. But what's the tweet before that, Twiz? What's the one he tweeted like at 2 a.m. about like the ice chill and the fucking ghost?
Hold on. I'm looking.
See, it partially concerns me because I'm like, this is the kind of shit people start seeing when they're in isolation for too long.
Well,
He's starting to lose his fucking mind.
he talked about like finding a ghost and like fucking him up and shit.
Yeah, he said the ghost was begging him not to like do. I didn't know the word. I needed a thesaurus.
That's
You know
why
the word?
I didn't want to quote him because I just simply
Yeah.
don't remember what it said. But it was something I was like, oh, I was like, he might have said this, but if he did say this, he's losing his fucking mind.
Yeah,
No,
he's-
I'm checking it out, but I'm not seeing it. I see that
I
one.
know the one. I know the one you're referring to.
You know
I
which one
really
I'm
do.
talking about.
I really do.
Do you know what's funny is that nowadays, shout out to A3 in the chat, that nowadays
A Triple, future guest.
nowadays the stuff you see on the internet, like you don't really know what's real anymore.
Yeah.
Like with all the AI and shit, that deep fake shit, it's crazy.
It really is. You really don't know what you're seeing. I've seen like you know the one I sent you that was a deep fake of Jordan Peterson, Elon Musk, and Joe Rogan all on Joe Rogan's podcast, all with words that have just been like harvested from conversation previous, and it just made this completely inappropriate conversation of theirs. He was talking about his sexual performance and doing all this crazy shit, and it was hilarious. I was crying, and I'm like, "Yo, this is so goddamn funny." And I'm like, "Thank God, comedy is coming out first,
Yeah.
so that we will have the skepticism when the shit really kicks up." And they're
Yeah.
trying to make it look like another nation's leader declared war, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
you know?
And so it's like it's difficult to see things like on the internet and say like, well, oh, this is definitely real, right? It's like becoming harder and harder at least. But the tweets that Andrew Tate's putting out are pretty comical.
Yeah, I'm gonna look
They
right
hold
now.
it. You know what? They can only really hold them till like July or some shit like that. I think it's 180 days.
Yeah, he can do. Right now, he's starting. I think the next 30, right? So it'll be 90 total after this kind of whatever this is. After this, I don't know, stint.
Holding period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That boy being held up.
We'll see.
Yeah, let's see. I'm trying to glance real quick down his. He might have taken it down.
Yeah, I just scrolled and I saw it's probably gone, but I just want to take a quick second. Shout out everybody in the chat, man.
That might be gone.
Saisha, Pre-Toxic,
Pre-toxic,
Perks
our
of
guy.
Fitness, best podcast out.
Yo,
Perks
shout
of
out
the
to
Building.
Perks of Fitness. If you guys didn't catch last episode, you'll find me troubleshooting that stupid audio ring that we just solved for 30 minutes, and Justin and John having a fucking amazing conversation. Definitely go check it out.
Listen,
Last
was
episode
good.
is episode 142, so go check it out. It'll be on the audio platforms probably next week. Let's say I'll say it's obviously Tuesday. By the end of the week, it'll be on the audio platforms.
Yeah, man. And shout out A Triple because he jumped in, did a little cameo, talk about his podcast and a little bit he got going on, which we're gonna have a full episode that's gonna be A Triples, and then maybe Perks will jump in and do his guest spot.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
but yeah, definitely stay tuned for
Yeah.
that episode.
Yeah, man.
There's like 5 things that I definitely wanted to talk about today.
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I got one
Let's
that
hear
I
it.
need the verdict on.
Okay, go ahead.
I know the guy may look a little Boo Radley-ish. He may look a little strange, a little thin, a little weird, a little quirky. He is funny as hell.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about the guy that's slaying every bad chick in Hollywood. I'm talking about none other than Skeet Davidson.
Yeah,
Oh my
Skeet.
God!
Yeah, Skeet.
Oh, we
Nah.
didn't even talk about this before the
Yeah.
episode, but I know exactly what you're talking
Yo, listen.
about.
From now on, y'all better refer to that man as Big Skeet. You heard?
Yeah,
I fucked up.
The big Skeet.
I should have got dirtier tattoos. I should have got like Russian. You ever seen Russian prison style tattoos?
Yes, I have.
I should have gotten that because that's like the look. That's what he has, and that's his whole thing.
Yeah, and he doesn't care what he gets tattooed, which I think is key. You really got to not care.
Yeah.
Like he'll go on a first date with a girl and she'll order something like at Denny's, and he's like, "I'm about to get that shit tatted on me."
Yeah,
And then he'll just get like the Denny's breakfast special like items tattooed on himself. You know, you got to like kind of, my skin means nothing. I don't really care.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's kind of what it is. You got
When you lived 1,000 years, 1,000 lives,
yeah, and you're this funny,
yeah,
bro.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I can't. I don't even know if it's real, to be honest with you.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what we're talking about.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
So if anybody's familiar with Skeet Davidson, he's had remarkably some legitimate stints in the Hollywood dating market.
Yeah,
He had Ariana Grande
yes, he did early, not too early.
I think he had Ariana Grande pre Mac Miller. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Max.
No, I think Mac had it first,
And
then
post
Sean
Mac.
had it, then Pete, then kind of back to Mac kind of situation. I think.
Oh, okay. All right. So this is starting to make sense to me. I'm starting to understand his game.
Yeah.
All right. I'm starting to understand his game. Check this out. Skeet Davidson is the rebound man.
Ooh,
He's
comedian.
He's crashing the boards.
Yeah.
He's crashing the boards. That's what he's doing. He's picking up. He's like, oh, I got some jokes. What's that? Heartbreak. Let me waka waka.
Yeah.
And just like that, you know, because if you think about it, if that's the case, because that's what happened with Kim. That was a rebound.
Damn, I never thought about that. You're
Got
right.
him a good
Yeah.
piece. I wonder what's going on. Allegedly, it's rumored in
It's
the Twitter
rumored.
sphere that he's now with the ever pursued by everyone right now actively in hip hop and any hip hop associated field.
Facts.
Ice Spice.
Ice Spice. Good on him. Allegedly.
This guy is like knocking. He's trying to do that big hunting tournament. You know, there's like those 13
Yeah.
animals that you got to take out. It's like, you know, it's like a bow hunter.
Yeah.
There's like that mountain goat looking.
It's like
thing.
the grand slam of hunting where
Yeah.
you get one of each of these
It's
animals.
like a Kodiak bear.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
all
I'll
the
tell you
crazy
one thing.
shit.
I like his style.
Listen,
I like his
bro,
taste. The
he's
guy's got
knocking 'em
impeccable
down.
taste.
He does. I can't disagree with you. He better not start inching towards some of the ones I'm fond of. You know, if he starts going like, you know, Scarlett Johansson, if he pops up with Scarlett Johansson, he needs to do a masterclass. That's
I'll
what
tell
I
you
know.
one now. I'll buy that DVD twice.
Bro,
That's a
I
game
will
changer.
buy that DVD. Everybody will buy that DVD. I
Yeah.
will buy it just to upload it somewhere so that more people can have access to it.
Yo, that's not impossible, bro.
I think that his dating career has now overshadowed his like entertainment career.
If he's funny, that's a plus.
More people I hate to say this because when I was saying it originally, it was more satire and it was a joke. But is it crazy to think that more people know him for who he's stuck in the past than the people who know him from like watching his comedy?
1,000%. I agree
mean,
with that.
You know, that could be. I mean, he is pretty well known, at least in comedy. You know, he's pretty well known in comedy, very well known actually. But I think he's kind of taking that. He's becoming like Amber Rose.
Ooh.
You know, you get introduced to the
Yeah.
world through your. I mean, that's how Kim got on. She got introduced to the world through dating partners. That's how she got into these circles. And listen, man, I mean, not for nothing. The guy is crushing.
Oh, he's batting 1,000.
He's crushing right now. So
If this Ice Spice thing is true,
if it's true, then, and not to mention, the guy is bagging the United Nations out here.
yeah, he don't discriminate.
That guy is,
Yeah,
His-
there's somebody in his camp like working on affirmative action.
the notches on his headboard are like, they're in the shape of the Olympic rings.
Yeah,
Like, what I'm talking about shit is crazy out here.
he's an Olympic dick slinger.
Dude, bro.
Jesus
Listen,
Christ!
you know?
My man
Like,
Pete Davidson
yeah.
is fluent in multiple languages.
Shout out to Pete. I think even
English.
Kanye's got to give him like some credit now, right? He's got to come back and renege on some of the things he said about him.
He needs to do in between like a skit. You know how they do on albums? He needs to do that on Kanye's next project.
Yeah, he should.
That will blow. That would probably be like the most streamed song on that album for the first 2 months.
That's so fucking
It
funny.
would be the most streamed track. Is everybody be like, I don't know, everybody's skipping to number 4. It's only 30 seconds long.
Yeah, that track would go platinum.
Bro. Yeah, you have
Oh, yeah.
plaques with Skeet's face.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Right, Swizz? What are you
Hell
doing,
yeah.
bro?
Jesus Christ.
Hi, this is Pete Davidson. No, you weren't expecting to hear me on this album, but
Yeah.
you know,
I'm here, man. I'm here.
Me and the boy Ye, you know,
Yeah, we just had seen Mariah.
Right?
Who the fuck knows? Who else was gonna happen?
The Skeeful Tower.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yo, did you guys see the DPS in Texas shipped out like over 3,000 licenses to like some Chinese organized crime unit in Texas? Like they just shipped out 3,000 licenses. So like they're giving out, I guess this crime like organization, this unit is either selling them or giving them out to other people.
So so what kind of organization was it, you said? Like a criminal enterprise of some sort.
Yes.
Yeah, Chinese organized crime.
Chinese organized crime.
Yeah, can you give us the deets, Swizz?
Yeah, so it says here, the Texas Department of Public Safety was duped into shipping at least 3,000 Texas driver's licenses to a Chinese organized crime group that targeted Asian Texans. DPS Director Steve McCraw told a Texas House committee on Monday. The organization was then selling the licenses obtained using the personal information of Texas drivers to people in the country illegally.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, man.
They just shipped out 3,000. They did it through their website. They did it through that texas.gov.
Bro, that's probably the least amount of corruption that's happened. Like the least amount of scamming. You know, wait till they find out they're like, oh yeah, by the way, they also handed out 4,000 Social Security cards.
Well, they found it. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
You know, like
Yeah.
that. Like I'm sure that the driver's licenses is kind of the least of our concerns. You know.
I mean, that's how it starts, right? That's a portion of your identity.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Wait,
you're right.
but don't in Texas you only need a driver's license to get a gun?
Oh, that's interesting. Maybe
just
just state ID, probably.
I don't know. That's
Probably
what I'm
just
saying.
state
It's like
ID.
crazy. Imagine there was another dude out there with just your ID.
But
Like, there's a
yeah.
lot of shit you could get with that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, bro, we used to get in bars and clubs. You know, but damn, that's a really good point, Swizz. That's like a
And it's like a legit one too.
Yeah,
it's not like you got like a fake one. It's
Yeah.
like this one is a real one. Like this is real. It's just not me.
yeah, it's scannable. It's
Yeah.
all that. So that makes me think like Swizz added a really interesting wrinkle to this scenario is can these people with that ID, with that Texas ID in Texas, can they access firearms?
I don't know. But if you
That
can.
is interesting.
But so they found this out in December. They're starting to send letters out now.
Oh, that's nice.
Here we are like 3 months later or 2 months later. And it's like, hey, guess what? 2 months ago, my bad. We sent out your ID to somebody else and it was sold
Yeah.
to another person. And we don't know what they're doing with it.
But not to worry, even though it has your home address printed on it.
Yeah. Are you crazy? Someone's going to be working under that shit, not paying taxes.
That shit is wild. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, how do you address that from like a customer service standpoint, like kind of a service recovery standpoint? Like, how do you fix that?
How do you fix that?
But
Free
they don't care to
licenses
fix
for
it, I
life?
don't
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
They don't care.
So what are you going to do? You're not going to drive? You're not going to need a license?
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
traffic
yeah.
infractions for 2 years on us. Don't even.
What
worry
could
about
what could they possibly do?
They can't do anything. And it's so funny how late they were on alerting, the people,
the victims.
the victims. It's like, God, man, there's no sense of urgency when it comes to the government. None.
Bro,
Unless
if
it
that
has
was a
to-
credit card company, they'd have to call you like within 48 hours or some shit like that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the government gets to do whatever they want unless they declare something an emergency. Then they don't have to follow any rules at all. But that shit's so funny to me, man.
What do you think they spent 2 months doing?
And
Trying to figure it out, like how many this really affected? You think it took them 2 months?
nah.
No, they were trying to figure out who is going to get in trouble for this.
Yeah.
That's what they tried to figure out. They all sat down and were like, Jimmy, was this you? How can this went through what avenue here?
Yeah.
What department did this?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Carla's on vacation. You know,
There's a
it's
fall
like-
guy. There's a fall guy.
Yeah, there's a fall
Well,
guy.
Steve was working, right? We got Steve here.
Yeah.
What did we bring Steve in
We don't
for?
like Steve. Remember, he got wasted at the company party. You remember that guy? He threw up in your Benz. It's like, oh yeah, fuck Steve.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, Steve's on it. Hey, Steve, can you Monday morning? You want to start in here with us?
Yeah.
Just stop in a little bit early. And then he comes in and they lay it down on
Yeah.
him.
And they're ruthless too.
Oh yeah.
They'll sue him too. He'll go to jail after that.
Oh, yeah,
They'll
bro.
blame it on him and throw him away.
And then they're all going to celebrate justice. Steve went down.
Yeah. Don't worry. We found the bad apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
damn.
Someone's definitely losing their job. When I see shit like this, let's take the first thing I think is like, damn, somebody is undoubtedly unemployed.
No,
after
depends
this.
who they know. That's what they wanted. That's what they did for 2 months to see if this could be connected to somebody that means something. And they were like, "Oh no, this definitely happened on the bottom floor. No problem. Didn't even go near the C-suite.
It's
Go
probably
public."
because they did it through the internet, like through the portal. It's definitely like some like just flaw in the system where it allows you to do something like something ridiculous, like order 3,000 licenses to the same address or some shit. You know,
Yeah. That shit is crazy. Is there anything in the chat? I want to catch up on the chat a little bit.
the chat looks like it's jumping. I can't
Yeah,
see
we
it
got
right
Perks. Perks trying to tell me to quiet down. Listen, Perky, don't start it. I'll fire that thing up, boy. Shout out to Mr. McPherson. Shout out to Spaz. He's like, hey, Bill retires in 2 months. Let's just announce it then.
Right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, it could very well be that.
He was preparing, he closed on his like Mar-a-Lago like neighborhood home. He's 3 blocks down from the former president himself. Mm-hmm. He secured his property and he's like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
That
You know what
shit
else
is
is
wild.
crazy, bro?
What?
Speaking of like identification stuff like that, did you guys hear about that guy Raul Rodriguez from the Border Patrol?
No.
No.
Oh man, so let me read this here real quick. What's up, guys? So Raul Rodriguez was a immigration worker, him and his wife. So in April 2018, federal investigators showed him a shocking document, which was a Mexican birth certificate with his name on it. A conversation with his father soon afterward confirmed what Rodriguez had feared as soon as he saw the paperwork. The U.S. birth certificate he'd used for decades was fraudulent. Rodriguez wasn't a U.S. citizen. He was an undocumented immigrant. He said he had no idea he'd been born in Mexico before his father's confession that day, but he knew immediately how serious the situation was. He spent nearly 2 decades working for the U.S. government at the border, and by his estimates, he'd helped deport thousands of people while working for U.S. Customs and Border Protection, and before that, for the Immigration and Naturalization Service. Suddenly, he found himself on the opposite end of the spectrum, fighting for a chance to stay in the United States.
Holy shit! What can you source that?
Yeah, that's from that's ABC 7 New York.
That's crazy. This guy was working for the U.S. What's that U.S. Department? I guess Homeland Security.
Yeah. No, he's working
Border
for U.S.
Patrol.
Customs and Border Protection.
Customs and Border for 20 years, not knowing he had fake pay. I would have shut the fuck up about that. I wouldn't have told anybody. You did 20 years, dude.
Nah,
Why
they bought the information to him.
Yeah.
Oh, they found it.
Yeah, they bought it to him. He lost his job. They said he lost his job at the CBP. He lost all his friends in law enforcement, and he lost his sense of self. And he hasn't spoken to his father since that day in April. Says he never wants to speak with him again.
Bro, this sounds like the makings of a supervillain. This guy's about to become the most incredible coyote they ever seen.
Yeah, this guy's gonna
This
be
guy-
bringing in people.
He knows all the routes. He knows where the holes in the fences are. You better play nice with this guy.
Yeah, this guy's about to bring in everybody he fucking helped throw out.
Yeah, you better play nice with that guy. I seen movies like this. Play nice.
Now, you know what I find like super ironic about that though is like if you look at it, it's like
The whole thing is ironic.
well, it's
The whole
no.
thing is ironic.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
but-
that shit is irony to its like T.
Yeah, that's a fact. But I think the craziest part is like, look, if you really look at it, man, like, look at how fast they turned on him. Like, they fired him. Mind you, he served for like 20 years, dude. He was doing the right thing. He was getting people, he was doing his job, essentially. He was doing his job. And within doing your job, you would think that they would understand, even within the illegality of his citizenship, the amount of dedication that he has to the country, to the citizens here, to the taxpayers, the state, the federal government, things like that. And for them to just clip him, it just goes to show you, man, sometimes you're nothing more than a number.
Well, it's got to be a story, right? Because why are they looking this deep into his shit 20 years into his employment? How'd they find this?
Internal audit?
Somebody probably produced it. So it was probably like an ex of his. If I had to guess, she's like, oh, you think you're funny? You think you're funny? You don't want to see your kids?
Yeah. Behind every terrible
Bang.
moment in a man's life
Yeah.
is a spiteful
She popped
woman.
up. She's like, I got you. I got you, puppy. Just sent that shit to his boss.
Yeah.
You know?
Can you imagine?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, that's terrible.
That is
Yikes.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yikes.
There's a lot of falsifications going on right now.
Yeah.
A lot of fallacies. Like
all
the
that
doctor in Florida. Where was she, Twiz? The doctor in...
She was in.
It's always Florida.
She worked across the UK. No, she worked across.
Oh,
the
it
UK.
was in the UK?
Yep.
There was a woman who had a fake medical degree who was treating people as a clinical psychiatrist who never really went to school, and she was just discovered. And I'm pretty sure she's going to jail now.
Yo, going to jail, dude. She was convicted of 13 counts of fraud, 3 of obtaining pecuniary advantage by deception, 2 of forgery, and 2 of using a false instrument.
Whoa, what was she using
Whoa.
instruments for? She's a psychiatrist. I thought she was just telling people, I thought she was just making people feel better. Can you imagine?
Where'd she put that instrument?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's up with the instrument?
Yo, look, here's something crazy. In 1995, she forged a degree certificate and a letter of verification with the word verify misspelt.
That's how she got caught. Yo, can you imagine
But she
going
got
to
licensed through the board of like psychiatry or whatever they have over there with that documentation?
That's a good question. It doesn't say. It does say here though that she did earn up to 1.3 million euro in wages from the NHS, which she obtained fraudulently because of her falsified documents.
So
And
this
the
is
NHS is the natural health system that they have over there because they have like universal health care in the UK.
that's crazy to
Yeah.
me that she was treating patients. Can you imagine all her patients too? Like what they think? They're like, damn, was this lady even telling me anything right? Like this whole time?
Wow. Now, I mean, at least it was just psychiatry. I mean, because it gets worse than that. I mean, she's just talking to you. Hopefully, she's not prescribing stuff because that's a different level. But if she's just like, tell me
she's-
more. Tell me more. So they didn't share the cotton candy with you. What
Yeah.
else? You know?
Well, how does that make you feel?
Yeah,
like a
exactly.
bunch of like cliche movie lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she studied a lot of The Sopranos.
Yeah, I was just gonna
his
say.
interaction, legalize this,
Yeah.
you know, or whatever that, or analyze this, not legalize, analyze this.
Analyze this, analyze that.
But because I remember that story a little while back, there was a guy that was a fake gynecologist,
That's even crazier.
and he had like multiple practices. He was like a young dude. He looked like he was like in his 20s.
And he just got a bunch of fucking gyno offices.
Dude, yeah, he had gyno offices, like crazy type of stuff. Like, and they had caught on to him, I think. And then he went and opened like more, like opened another one, like went to another state and popped up again. You know, it's like, geez,
Yeah.
I mean, the guy had persistence, but I mean, good Lord.
That's
That's
a-
the kind of shit, like that's legit because that's important healthcare
Yeah.
that a woman needs to receive. Now, this guy is playing games, like, you know.
Was that guy delivering babies and shit?
Dude, I don't know how
Yeah.
deep it went. Can you pull that up, Twiz? Are you able to pull that up? Like, guy that pretends he's a gyno?
If you could pick one career to bullshit,
That's not the one.
which one would you do?
One career to actually bullshit and do it, or
Yeah.
say I do it.
Well, you gotta get you're gonna be gifted like a fake set of credentials.
Okay.
You can pick any career you want. So you want to be a fucking fighter jet pilot? I'll give you the fucking paperwork. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. Hypothetical. Give me a career. What would you be if you could be anything you want, like on paper?
I would be.
Because if you think about it, you could pick one that like not many people would really know about. That with a couple days worth of research to the common foe,
Yeah.
you're an expert. You know, because you
Yeah.
could be like a paleontologist, right?
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
See, but I'm thinking about something. You know, something.
Were you
See, but
astronaut?
it's tough because I'm trying to think of something where I'm not going to die the first time. Because I thought in my mind I was like scuba instructor. I was like, you're dead. I was like
Yeah.
you said fighter jet pilot. I'm like, I'm dead.
Yeah, the
You
second
know?
they put you in that, I mean, retired fighter jet pilot would be nice. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be nice.
Yeah, but if
You
you,
know?
pick fighter jet pilot, they didn't put you in that plane, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Well, we don't got to tell you anything. You're the expert here."
Yeah, there's a lot of it where you don't want that smoke, you know? I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm like, oh, hang gliding instructor. No, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do something safe, but that I would really find entertaining for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be like
Like a
an
psychiatrist.
MMA referee.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'd be like an MMA, because I think I can handle that.
Yeah. Oh, you want to really fucking do good? A judge. You don't have to know shit to
Nah,
be
you
one of the
just throw
judges.
just throw your dick around the courtroom and
Yeah.
be like, hey, stop
No,
talking.
I meant an MMA judge.
Oh, I thought you meant like a judge. I was like, contempt.
A judge is a good one too.
Yeah, judge is a good one.
Judge is a good one.
But the cat's out of the bag soon on them.
yeah,
They're so terrible. I'm like, but a ref is cool.
Ref
you
would
know,
be
I wouldn't
cool.
mind like being like, you know, tagging in Herb Dean, like you got the main event, bro.
Yo, shout out to the chat. Mr. McPherson said he'd be a detective, but dirty.
A dirty detective. A detective is a good one too because it's very subjective on like how good of a job you're doing, right?
Yeah, but you also have you have to have a certain clearance percentage. Like you got to actually close cases and stuff. Like you can't. I think I would be good though. I think I'd be good. I'd be like,
You'd be a good detective.
I think I could figure out some stuff. I think I could,
There's a lot of motherfuckers out there playing detective that don't got shit for credentials. They're just like private eyes.
Oh yeah, like a PI.
Yeah, detectives are like fucking chiropractors. You could just say you're one.
Oh, here we go with the chiropractor.
Chiropractic's not real. It's like
Yo,
something that somebody made up one day.
Leave chiropractors alone, bro.
Justin, what's the fucking thing about chiropractors? You don't know this, but me and Swizz had a conversation the other day about fucking chiropractors and shit. And he was telling me how he loves them, and I was like, oh, you know that shit ain't real, right?
Yeah, it's a fact.
I was like, that shit's like witchcraft. Like someone just made that up one day.
Yeah, you try to shit on my dreams. I was
No,
like, I'm like, yo, bro, I got this little, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to get adjusted.
He's like, yo, my life's been so much better since I started going to cryo, whatever the fuck it.
Look at Justin's face.
His
Look
back
at
line. This guy's, I'm telling you what it is. This guy sold him a dream. He told me he was going to make him taller. And Swizz has been going there 3 days a week for $39.99 a session. And I just fucking exposed this guy for being the fraud that
Time
he
out.
is.
For anybody that doesn't know, man, I'm 6'6". All right, don't worry, man.
So go ahead, Justin.
I mean, it's tough because I do have a very dear friend of mine for many, many years that is a chiropractor.
Yeah, he's out there tricking people.
Nah, he's out there doing his thing.
That's
and
the same person I go to.
Is it?
He's from around your way.
We'll talk offline.
Bet.
But I had this conversation with my mother.
Yeah.
Because the reason I get concerned about my mom is I think a chiropractor is good if you don't have any real injuries. If you don't have any real kind of spinal deformities, you don't have any, bulging discs, you don't have any, you haven't had any spinal fusions, like things that really change the structure of your back, change the structure of your neck. Like if you got in a car accident, and you had 3 of your cervical vertebrae fused because you had legitimate neck injuries and stuff. I don't think you should be on there with what's his name, Hightower, or what's his name on YouTube? You know the guy with the
guy
beard?
just be bringing in dudes with fatties and
that
shit.
Be hitting motherfuckers with the hammer, like in the neck. He puts like a chisel in there, and then he's just like bink, bink, and it'll be like a solid MMA fighter that I seen murder people, and he's like because this dude is.
I
just
thought you were
killing
talking
them.
about the guy that be bringing in OnlyFans girls and just cracking their backs, and they're wearing spandex and shit.
Oh, he might do that on. That might be his I think his name's Hightower or something After Dark. I think it's Bo.
Go ahead.
Bo is his first name. It's spelled like that weird way they spell Bo. It's like B-I-U.
B
You know what I'm talking about?
A-U.
Yeah, if you look him up, his name's like Bo Hightower. He's got an incredibly impressive beard. But he's like this big dude that just snaps everybody's bones, and he takes artists in there, performers, like people that have projects coming up. It's becoming like a thing. It's almost like a
talk show of sorts.
Yeah, he talks to them while he borderlines on paralyzing them.
Yes.
So they just have casual conversation while they wonder if they'll walk again.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that these guys aren't intelligent people. I'm just saying there's a reason why they don't let these guys write scripts.
Nah,
You know?
listen, my man's
There's
really
a
got the
reason
chin.
why you can't go anywhere and end up with
Yeah.
they shouldn't be allowed to wear lab coats. Remember when Justin was talking before? Many episodes ago, Justin was questioning the legitimacy of doctors. If you're a doctor of mathematics, along that list of mathematicians and doctors of basket weaving and cheese appreciation lie chiropractors.
I would say not so much because they're actually thoroughly educated.
I'm not saying
in
they're not.
anatomy and things like that. And responsible chiropractors, ones that are operating inside of what I would think is the standard of care,
Yeah.
they'll order imaging first.
Yeah.
They'll get an X-ray, right, Twiz?
Yeah, X-ray or an MRI, just to
MRI.
confirm.
Are they? Can they read imaging?
Yes, some of them. Some of them.
Wait,
can.
no.
No,
Hold on.
Good question.
Are they allowed to read images? Right? Because I can look at an X-ray of an ankle, but I'm not allowed to tell anybody about it.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna have my guy. I'm gonna see if he wants to come on here. I have questions.
Oh, jeez. Now that I've dug myself too deep to bring in one of them.
I mean, listen.
Birdo's gonna be shooting from the rafters.
Now,
No.
but listen. My question, my thing is that somebody that's gone and been educated in this, and I'm sure that he would have the arguments to educate us because
Yes.
it's possible that I just don't know. My mom swears by it.
A lot of people do swear by it, and
My mom needed a knee replacement, and she's like, "Nope, but chiropractor." I'm like, Ma, I'm like, the doctor said your knee is like missing. Like it's like not there.
Yeah.
Like we need to buy one and put one in there because there's no more knee. You know, and she's like swears by this chiropractor. Yo.
Yeah, and the truth is that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I could very well be wrong, but
That's what this is about.
that's the whole concept of the show.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know
never
if it's
know.
fact or this is like Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Yeah.
But it's it's massive. It's like believe it or not, but we don't say believe it.
Yeah,
We say
It's-
allegedly.
It's like I heard this on a podcast the other day, but they always say that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So I don't know if it's true, but they
Yes.
say chiropractic. It is witchcraft.
Yeah. Again, if they do it responsibly, I'm sure it feels good. When I crack my knuckles, I think it's a great idea. Will I not be able to like feed myself one day because my hands are going to be like this? Possibly, but
That's funny.
I don't know that now. So, and I mean, they've been around long enough to where I don't think if they were causing grave injury or harm to people, they wouldn't just be able to, continue to practice.
There's some like conspiracy behind like why it's not like a more
Whenever Roberto gets like real intellectual, his voice gets real low.
no, but
he
it's
just
the
starts,
coffee,
like,
right,
let me
man?
school
It's like,
you
I just took a
guys.
sip of coffee. It was creamy and delicious, and it dropped me to a baritone. All right.
Well, I'm trying to just make sure. You turn into Barry White.
No, but I think there's like a conspiracy because I've looked into this before about like why they're not more of like a recognized like why they're not
Specialty?
recognized, but why they're not a recognized specialty.
I think it's just simply there's just lack of, data that they can draw direct conclusions. I think a lot of it is based on belief and it's based on, feeling at the time. Like you crack somebody's back, that shit feels great. We all did that in high school. We cracked our back on the back of the chair, pushing off the desk. But again, I don't know.
You never know, bro. Remember that story about that guy in like Hawaii, or he was on one of those islands, and he could never walk, and then he got on like he started doing keto and fucking yoga and shit like that, and then eventually and physical therapy, obviously, and eventually he started like walking on his own.
I mean,
He
there's
could
been
never
cases.
walk without assistance.
Yeah.
And like through physical therapy and a healthy lifestyle, like eventually he was able to walk on his own. And then there's like a video of him running and shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's DDP. That's Diamond Dallas Page, a former wrestler that developed a yoga program, and he has rehabbed a lot of wrestlers. He couldn't walk. Like they said, he needed all these surgeries and stuff because being a pro wrestler, you're getting
That's just difficult on your body.
It is. Whether people, know that it's fake or they like to pretend that it's real, they're really wearing on their body. They're all addicted to painkillers and stuff just from the injuries. Like that, not all. I shouldn't say that. A lot of them end up having issues because it's not possible to continue with the rate that they perform and beat up your body without taking something to address your pain.
Yeah.
And he developed this whole yoga regimen. He's been on Joe Rogan and stuff talking about it. Diamond Dallas Page. I forget what he calls it. It's like DDP yoga or something like that. And he has no mobility issues. And I mean,
I've never done yoga.
yeah, no, yoga is really good. It's hard, man. To me, it's just boring. I can't. There's some workouts to me that are just so boring that I
like
can't
yoga.
do it.
Is it more like getting into positions and then holding it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all about like flexibility and like strain on your body,
like
the
your
way
core
your movements. Yeah,
and
exactly.
balance. Like
I would like to do it.
Nah, it's cool. It definitely helps with jiu-jitsu for sure. 100%.
We're gonna put that on the page.
You know,
Berto doing yoga.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
hell
do
yeah.
some hot yoga.
we're gonna do a yoga challenge with Perks of Fitness.
Hey,
You know, I'm gonna be like, yo, watch this, everybody, downward dog.
Yeah, I would like to
Pause.
improve my mobility, my overall flexibility. There's areas I lack in flexibility. It's just a fact.
Can improve.
How dare you, Twiz?
How dare you?
How dare you laugh at me when I'm trying to make myself better?
But nah, listen, man,
What's the next topic,
I'm all
man?
for it. Hold on. Let me just catch up with the chat.
Go ahead.
Yeah, catch up with
So
it. please.
Spaz said that he would be a sign language interpreter for the president.
You could do that right now.
Yeah.
We've had multiple frauds that have gotten super close.
That's another job that people have weaseled their way into.
yeah, just doing.
Yeah, do it. You want the president? Fuck that. What do you want? You want to take a step up, or you want to do the Super Bowl?
Oh.
We'll put you on fucking. We'll put you on the stage.
Yeah, bro. You can get down, bro. You'll be at Rolling Loud. Now they got girls just twerking. They doing like at Rolling Loud in these big concerts. They have like sign language interpreters that just clapping their ass the whole time. And everybody's like, wow.
They are getting busy, those fucking sign language interpreters. But go ahead, Twiz.
Sorry, Twiz.
No, you're good. And then Crazy AK was like, you guys seen the video generated AI for evolution of humans until the end? So we should react to that. And Mr. McPherson said we are supposed to stretch every day, which is very true.
No, that is true. I
It
don't
is
stretch
super
enough.
important.
I don't stretch enough. I forget who it was that I saw that was like, just watch your dog's morning routine and you should copy that. I forget who it was. It was like, as soon as your dog gets up, they stretch their front, they'll stretch their hind legs, they'll go get some water. You know, it was like, you should start your day that way. You should stretch a little bit out of bed, have a glass of water, you know, like that's.
I wouldn't have this tightness in my hammies if I did that.
Yeah, dude, you'd probably be like, holy shit, I'm 6'3". You know,
I'd stretch out.
because that's what I tell myself. I'm like, I'm 5'10" only because I don't stretch.
Dude, does stretching make you taller? Is that like a thing?
Listen, man.
It's logical.
I'd be 6 foot if I stretched.
And hydration.
You know, I'm just waiting to unveil my 6 foot frame.
That
You
makes
know?
sense.
I'm going to just disappear for a summer.
Yeah.
Bang out some stretching, come back taller.
There's definitely like a generation of people who like hung upside down to make themselves taller. Like I'm
absolutely.
convinced that like, because we've tried everything as like humans, right? There's definitely like an era where people were doing things to try to make themselves taller, and like hanging upside down was one of them.
I wouldn't doubt it. That's a, spinal decompression.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'd give you a little bit.
People did crazy things. In Asia, they used to make their feet smaller, right? Remember, they used to like make their women. They were used to
the foot
bond
binding.
their. They used to bind their feet to make them smaller because they thought that shit was cute. If they were doing that shit, motherfuckers were definitely hanging to make themselves tall at one point. They're probably hanging from their dicks to make that bigger too.
Yeah, what happens?
But that actually works.
What happens when you're like, damn, girl, there's some cute little feet you got.
Bro, have you
But
se-
you get her home,
Yeah.
and then you pop the shoe off,
Have you seen that?
and you see like some
That hoof?
fucking nah.
That hoof? Yeah, because it like breaks their feet
Yeah.
from the binding, like breaks their toes, curls them inward. It's the craziest looking hoof you've ever seen in your
Yeah,
life.
no, it's the
That
same.
shit looks like a claw that can't open. Dude, I'm telling you right now, that shit is the craziest thing. It looks like a fucking. You ever seen a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? It looks like one of their fingers.
Bro.
Yo, shut up. Yo, you know they
That
also
shit
did
looks
that,
like
right?
a gorilla finger. Looks like a gorilla thumb. Go ahead, Swizz. What are you gonna say?
You know they also did that to like to institute like a necessity of a man. So like the women after several levels of foot binding, they wouldn't be able to move.
They couldn't run.
So they couldn't run, they couldn't walk, they couldn't really do anything. So they have to depend on their man, their husband, to get them around and carry them around. Shit's insane.
Oh,
What?
shit. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Where can I buy some foot bindings?
That shit.
Yeah,
Where
it's
can I
all
get
fun.
'em?
It's all fun and games until your lady goes, I gotta use the bathroom, and it ain't for number one.
Nah, I don't, dude. I'm not that. That shit's crazy. I'm just saying that we've done crazier things.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I glanced at the chat for a second, and Spaz is bringing up those neck rings.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm joints to lengthen your neck?
Oh, that dude.
Those,
Between
they stack
that,
those rings up.
they stack them up to make their necks longer.
Yeah, that actually, because I actually watched something on this. I don't know if you saw this, Spaz, but I watched it on I think it was like National Geographic or something. It was a special, and dude, you had to see what it takes to do that. I thought they were separate rings, but they're not. It's like one big wire that they like wrap around, you know? And what it does is it essentially pushes the shoulders down. I remember the woman explaining it. I watched it a minute ago, but I remember she was explaining, she's like, it doesn't make my neck longer. It pushes down my shoulders because that's where the majority of the force is. You know, and it's crazy because over time, it's almost like ear gauges. Like over time, she just adds more length to it and just makes her neck longer. But then she was talking about like the upkeep. I was like, ew, that shit probably smells like a cast.
Yeah.
It smells like a cast and a trumpet.
Bro, but that
At the
the
same
lip ring thing, that lip plate. You know what the plate I'm talking about?
Yeah, the big joint.
Yeah, you can break butt up on that thing. You can scroll something up on that lip plate. You can put a shrimp cocktail on that thing. It's the craziest thing.
You can have a
That shit
tapas.
has to hurt.
You can hold your tapas there.
Are you
when
crazy?
get
You
the
start with like a teacup and then you work your way up to a fucking. By the time you're 30, you can put a salad bowl on that shit. Yeah, and I'm not into that. And I'm not into the gauges so much either. Like when I was younger, like I was like, oh, it's fucking badass, bro, fucking gauges and shit. But now I'm kind of like, don't fuck yourself up forever, bro.
Yeah.
Like, keep it a conservative size so you can bounce back.
Yeah, when I look at that, I'm like, man, I don't know. Sometimes it's just too big, and I'm just like, wow, there's like abuse in your past. You know what I mean? When the gauges get real big, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, there's some internal struggle. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I think it's just like a natural thing that we just want to go like above more and more and more and more, right? It's like the same reason why like you see women that get like conservative breast implants, and then you see women that get like cartoonish size like breast implants.
Yeah, like that dude. That dude from
the teacher in Canada.
Yeah, it's psycho.
Yeah,
Spaz says he thinks he saw the same thing I'm talking about.
That's good, dude. That neck thing.
He said the same thing I said. He said, fun fact, those rings actually cause the shoulders to lower. And then he put all caps. I think I saw the same thing. He must have been typing that as I was saying it.
Yeah, I didn't know that was. I thought that was just a necklace. I didn't know that was making their necks longer.
No, that shit is permanent. It like doesn't come off.
Oh, that's fixed?
Oh, it stays.
Yeah, you're done.
Like if she takes that off, her neck, like she'll atrophy. Like her muscle to stabilize her neck no longer is there. It's like if you're like in a bed for an extended period, you just like lose muscle mass. Your body kind of goes so catabolic that you just kind of eat yourself.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
So that's what happens from not moving. It just atrophies and she loses all of that muscle tone and like strength.
She could never check her blind spot.
Nah, if she takes that off, dude, her head will fall off. Like straight like that, bro. If she takes that shit off, her head will fall off.
Damn.
And that shit's gotta stink in there. You can't tell me those.
Of course it stinks in there. There's no ventilation in that thing.
Stinks in there, bro.
Of course it stinks. There's not enough cornstarch you could throw in that thing.
Bro, you ain't throwing nothing in there, dude. Unless you're soaking that thing in like jewelry cleaner, like your whole head.
Even if you soak it, make it worse. It rots the skin from it like being.
Oh, you're right, because you can't dry it.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember her trying to clean it. She was like jamming like washcloths up there and trying to like move it around. Yeah, it was crazy. Because I'm pretty sure, I think it was an American girl that was doing it in like homage to their culture or something like that. I think she was like from here or from the UK. She wasn't, I don't think she was where they do that. If I recall correctly. I mean, Spaz sounds like we damn near watched this shit together. So I'm trying to see.
Either way, it's a fucking crazy thing that we do to ourselves that, we humans, we do weird shit to ourselves.
Yeah, the tongue splitting is another level,
Tongue
too.
splitting is crazy.
That shit is nuts. But I have not seen a single person that.
At what point is circumcision gonna become something that's like, wait, why are we still doing this?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, at this point, I think people are just, at least in westernized culture, a lot of women are just accustomed to not seeing that.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big one. Because I don't think it's necessary.
Because that's kind of up there with I get that at one point there was like a medical rationale behind it.
Yeah, hygiene.
Yeah, it was like a hygiene thing. People weren't washing their dicks enough, if you didn't wash your dick enough, they took your hood off.
Yeah, you get smegma.
Yeah, you get the schmegma.
I just wonder how many nerve endings you lost there.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I want to know how much is lost there.
Not only that, but how much you're going to lose throughout your life because you're more exposed.
Yeah, I mean, I guarantee you'd be able to wear stiffer dungarees.
Yeah.
If you still had a little helmet.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, listen, you rub your knuckle against your fucking jeans for the rest of your fucking life and see how much feeling you got in that thing.
That's another thing where people are like, yo, a lot of guys are always adjusting themselves. I'm like, you have no idea. We got a full layer of protection taken off.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine that. And now something that wasn't meant to be exposed is now rubbing on rough surfaces and zippers, for Christ's sake.
I'm the hoodless horseman. How dare you? You think it's easy to live like me?
But so that's my point. If I were to have a son, I would probably circumcise him just because I don't ever want him to have an uncomfortable experience in his future.
I think the hoodie's more well received now. I think it's a fucking bring the hoodie back time.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like the Bush.
It could be like a throwback hoodie. You could probably buy one and after buy one on the black market.
People are gonna want
You don't want to be out of what's cool.
I'll tell you one thing. If you have it, you could always take it off, but if you don't got it.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder. I mean, that must have been pretty traumatic. Like, I wonder if I have like recessed memories or something like that.
Nah, dude, they do that shit when you come out the womb.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a baby when that joint happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the chat, Mr. McPherson says, I think it smells like earring hole juice. Talk about the neck ring.
Oh my God, the back of the earring. Oh.
Ew, when you used
That's
to use
fucking-
the eraser because you lost it back.
Yeah, dude.
Then he said, nah, the joint has to be smooth. And then Spaz said, I've seen some people petitioning for it to end. It's along the lines of the pro-choice movement. And then Mr. McPherson said, is lint stuck all in it?
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. If you got the fucking hood, you got to fucking clean it. And I get it. Like, a lot of people say that they actually feel the opposite way that you feel. Not a lot of people, but some people, right? Feel the contra. They're like, you know what? It's like, we don't have to do this anymore. We know that if you just wash it, you won't get an infection. And this, there's no need for this. Like, we were meant to have this. So why are we cutting it still?
Yeah, no, I can't disagree. I can't disagree. But, you could feel the way you want. Guys could feel the way they want. If you poll a bunch of girls and the majority of them are like, nah, you could go ahead and die on that hill, but your son gonna have a rough go.
Yeah, I
You know
mean,
what I'm
maybe
saying? You gotta, your son gonna have a rough go.
I guess it depends what he comes out with, right? Because if he comes out with a hammer and a hood, it's like you might be able to leave that thing and he can compensate because of the hammer, right? But if you don't got the hammer and it's all hood, then maybe you want to cut that thing down a little bit. But I guess it's also like we don't know what the future holds, right? Because at one point, if you had a fat ass, that wasn't a good thing.
Yeah.
At one point, it was tight buns.
Yeah.
Now, Ice Spice out here killing the game, and our boy Skeet Davis is killing her. Allegedly.
Yeah, but she's got a real ass though.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of women that are like, woo, I don't shave my armpits. And I'm like, woo, fucking gross. Like that shit is nasty.
But that's like it's
to me, that's not cool. You can stand on whatever hill you want to stand on, but Poppy right here ain't with that.
You know what the thing
know
about
what I'm saying?
hair is that it stinks.
Yeah, it holds in a lot
It
of
holds
moisture.
in a lot of bacteria, moisture, and shit like that. And then when you put it on your armpits,
Yeah, shit ain't cool. Like, I'll tell you what, man, every time I see like an actress that I'm like, man, she's fine. And she does that, I'm like, oh, why?
I don't even get it.
Every time I'm like, why?
I don't
I'm
get
like,
it.
Why is this the fight?
Yeah, can we go back to fighting for not having to wear bras? That one I could get behind.
Yeah. And if they're like, yo, I don't do this for you, I do this for me. And I'm like, well, clearly, because we don't do that over here.
I've never asked for it.
No, it's,
That shit came at me like Latinx. I was like, whoa, nobody called me about this
yeah.
and told me about this. I didn't agree to this.
Yeah, like, so I'm glad you don't do it for men because men don't like that.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
And it's also like it's weird. It's dumb because it's like we have it, but it's also just this thing that we're not. It's like obscure to see. It's like when you see a woman and it's like, oh my god, like she's beautiful, and she got hairy legs. It's like, oh whoa.
Yeah. No,
It's
it's at least in westernized culture. I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but the way I grew up, all the women in my life took care of their body hair. They shaved their legs. Like, it doesn't matter what the age was. Aunts, everybody, they took care of all that stuff. So that's my life. That's what I've seen growing up. So it's abnormal to me. So when I see a girl with legs like mine, I'm like,
Something's afoot.
yeah. So do what you do, but I won't do you with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't have you feeling like I'm rubbing up on Earl.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. I mean, Twiz, you quiet over there. What's
Yeah,
up?
what's up, bro? You like?
Am I wrong?
Yeah, are we? Do you disagree with us? And I want you to know that if you do, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yo, listen, man. All I'm gonna say is, man, listen, do you.
Yeah, that's my thing. Do you? Do you?
But like you said, sometimes you stand on a hill by yourself. I've stood on a hill by myself plenty of times, and look at me now.
Yeah, look at me now.
So he doesn't want to judge anybody, but he definitely
I don't judge anybody.
We're on the same boat. What time are we at, Swizz?
You gotta get how you live. Cinco,
Hey, man.
papi.
All
Cinco,
right.
cinco. So I think there's one more thing we gotta address.
What's up?
We gotta address the elephant in the room, or rather, the shark.
Oh man,
Yeah.
go ahead, Jay.
So Roberto and I are going to give you guys in Twiz 2. This is the reason why we advocate for tattoos. There's a lot of different things that people tend to be identified by. You got your ID, you got your passport, whatever it is that you use to ID yourself. But in the event that you're consumed by a shark,
You
you may not have any of those items at your disposal.
might not have them if you're out there ripping waves, getting fucking tubular.
You know, you might not be able to produce an ID, a library card, a passport, any of that. So in the case of this gentleman in Argentina, he found himself on the menu of a shark. Mm-hmm. He went missing. Nobody knew what happened. He found his vehicle tossed or something like that. Right, Twiz? Found his vehicle tossed.
Yeah, he was on. He left on a quad on an ATV, and they found it.
Yeah, like flipped on the beach or something. Mm-hmm. And then he went missing. Fast forward, how long, Twiz? A couple months, I think it was.
It was a month. 1 month.
A month.
A whole month.
A whole month.
Yeah, month-long search.
They end up finding his remains inside of a shark.
How did
and he
that
was identified by his family, by his tattoos.
Remarkable.
You know? So, and shout out to that artist's work for holding up through all that trauma, because
You definitely be able to pick me out of a fucking
yeah, for
out of
sure.
a shark. I want to know, how slow is their digestion? I guess cold water really does slow the digestive process down, because like after a month, how does his body like not decompose in their like stomach acid?
Well, it was remains, they said, so I'm sure whatever part of him, the shark consumed, I'm sure it was well on its way.
Yeah.
You know, but who knows? I mean, there's some animals like alligators need to eat like once a year or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like there's some animals that are just way
Dude,
different.
snakes could go months.
Yeah, it's something crazy like that. So who knows if maybe a shark is similar.
Well, you know what they said here? They said his exact cause of death remains unclear. However, authorities postulate that the ATV enthusiast could have had an accident and been swept out to sea amid the powerful tidal surges over the weekend. He disappeared. They said we currently have two hypotheses. One, that he was injured, and the other, which has more weight to it, is that due to the damage to the quad, he was knocked unconscious on the coast and the strong high tide dragged him away. It says, just hours before Barria's remains were discovered, a search of the area near his quad bike yielded a pair of sunglasses in a case, which the deceased mother confirmed were his. So they're pretty much trying to say that he got hurt on the quad, maybe he got knocked out, was too hurt or too injured, and then the ocean took him back to the sea, and at that point, it's anybody's guess. He could have been more, you ever watch Nature is Metal?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
So
the best Instagram account.
Dude, it could have been a number of things, and that dogfish just ended up being or dog shark, whatever it is, dogfish, excuse me, was hungry. It's like, oh, there was a little limb there,
That's
little leg.
crazy. You pass out, get dragged in by the fucking sea. Yo, the ocean is crazy, bro.
Yep.
And not only is the ocean crazy, its inhabitants are just as crazy. Mm-hmm. Sharks, whales. Did you see that 85-year-old lady down in I forget where it was, in a retirement community. I think it was Florida. She's like 85 years old, walking her dog over by the side of this little lake, and you just see an alligator approaching. He's just swimming, but he's like low key, but you could see like the ripples are like shark or something. It's not a shark, clearly. It's an alligator.
Yeah.
And the shit is coming toward her while she's walking her little dog. She's oblivious. Thing just comes out, ends up killing the lady.
Killing the lady?
Killed the lady. 85-year-old lady killed her.
Wow.
And finally, the reason I bring it up is they just decided to remove all of the alligators from the retirement community. After this accident, I'm like, what the hell? You got dinosaurs in here? My grandma's retiring and you guys got dinosaurs in the water?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
It's like, we got to call in the world famous paleontologist.
Yeah.
And I show up.
Hey,
I'm like,
kidding?
well, obviously, this is obviously a dinosaur attack. I've
Don't
seen many
believe
of
me?
these
Check
before.
my credentials.
Check my credentials. They call and I fucking show up in my fucking Birkenstocks.
It is Birkenstocks whipping something that's going, vroom.
Yeah.
Trust me, it looks faster than it is.
Well,
Or faster than it looks.
I got this because I'm a paleontologist, obviously.
Clearly. A
With a
paleontologist
suitcase
salary.
and a detective kit inside of it. Everything's brand new.
Trench coat, not a lab coat.
Yeah. Big difference.
Big difference.
There's
Khaki, white.
Yeah, there's
Very
a fine
different.
line between a fucking trench coat and a lab coat, and one of them,
Can identify what kind of alligator those are.
Yeah.
And what phylum they came from in a prehistoric world.
one of them are for creeps too.
That's right. And one of them pretends that they are your psychiatrist.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's it. So we're at the hour. Tonight's been good.
Yeah,
not
tonight's
gonna lie,
been good.
tonight was
Tonight's
good.
been fun. Tonight's been fun. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Everybody that watched us live. And if you didn't get to watch the whole thing, make sure that you guys check out the rest of the episode and the parts that you missed on our YouTube channel, as well as right now we're also streaming on Twitch. So if you prefer Twitch, we don't tend to. We're still working on a system to address the chat on Twitch as well. So if you guys, if you can watch the episode, if not, check out the audio versions. And yeah, what do you got?
Definitely, if you're rocking with us, hit the thumbs up button. It's free, and there's a cool new animation. When you hit it, you can see it. It's like confetti. It's exclusive on our channel, so if you want to see it again, you'll have to thumbs up another video. Justin pretty much said everything else I was going to say.
Yeah, it's
And
what
he's
we
good
got.
at it. He's good at it. That's why he does it.
Ah, come on. Yo, Twiz, what you got for the people, man?
As I always say, tip your waitresses, love your family, and eat good. This has been Masters of None, episode 143.
One for the try.
That's it, man.
We out.
Asa. I'm a Sajid Tarios.